I need you to follow me.
What's wrong?
Come with me, sir.
I think the whole mission and the vision behind Taya is to create the possibility for us to have insights about each other and ourselves. What is it in our communities that's happening that's not allowing us to live together in the ways that we want to, that's making us suspicious of each other, that's creating misunderstandings and misrepresentations? I mean, those things are real, and they're real sometimes for good reason, but it doesn't mean that they don't need to be questioned. The first stage of this Taya process is to gather a group of young artists who are wanting and committed to using their talents and their passion for social change. One of the first things that we do is to ask the young artists, what is it in your communities that matters to you? What's going on? Are there things that are creating conflict? Are there things that are hindering peace?
One day we sat around and we went through how we felt or how we've been judged in our life and things like that. And it was just really interesting to see, like, everyone, we all could relate to that one topic.
That already begins this kind of process of self-discovery. What is it that matters to me and my community, and what do I want to do to make it better? In New York, we did focus on 9/11 and the sort of aftermath of fear that's been unleashed because of those events, but it could really be about anything. The second stage of the Taya process is we move out into the community and we start to have insight conversations.
If you can have a conversation with someone today about how your life has changed since 9/11, who would you want to have a conversation with, and what would you want that conversation to consist of?
That's a good question.
Crystal and I started doing the interviews in March, beginning of March. Yeah. And we would do maybe like 3-4 a week.
We've really based Taya and the process on the insight approach. It comes from a theologian, philosopher, Bernard Lonergan. It's a theory about conflict resolution. It's a theory about how people relate to one another. And it asks people not necessarily about information, content as much, but you're asking them, how has this issue affected you? What kinds of decisions have you made because of it? What has felt threatened to you? And thus, what matters to you?
I mean, it seems like we've been moving in a positive direction. Only like every once in a while I kind of get like a reality check that there are those people that still don't understand.
Stage 3 of the Taya process is to take all the stories and create a theatrical performance piece.
Dude, hey, look at that guy. That guy right there, look at him. You know the guy, come on. The guy wearing the thing, come on. He looks like, you know? Like, oh, you think he looks like a terrorist.
The creation really comes from the material collected from the community members. Also, of course, from the conversations that the company has had within their own company. And it really allows for very, very deeply authentic characters to be created, for very compelling plots to be fleshed out.
What don't I understand? Did you want to go back to that hellhole?
And then the fourth stage, of course, is to bring it back out into the community. When audiences are allowed to sit back and watch what's going on, to have a stake in it, it's in that moment that the process continues to grow outwards.
One of the biggest moments for me was my father came to see the show. My father, being a minority himself, is like, I've hated the way people have made fun of me because of my accent or where I'm from. And it was the first time that he was able to recognize that he himself is also doing the things that other people have done to him.
So you start with this small circle of young artists, then there's community members, then there's audience members, and of course we're also doing things for online, so that's to take it the next step further.
You know, for a soldier over in Iraq or Afghanistan, you're so aware of where you are every single day.
As we move forward, we're going to be doing a project with vets and civilians. You can imagine in New Mexico doing a Taya project and process around immigration, but it could really be about anything. Through Taya, and the combination of interactive documentary-style theater and this new insight approach, we actually are seeing this really amazing process unfold, which does make people curious and thus really enables people to live together more fully and better.